VMware has just released two new security advisories. One is VMSA-0015, the other is 0016. 0015 is affecting VMware Tools in combination with ARIA Operations. A user within a virtual machine might actually exploit these with the VMware Tools and the ARIA Operations and might get root on the same VM. So this might mean they get exposed to higher privileges, and this can affect different versions, including also OpenVM tools. So this also affects people who are using the Linux vendor-specific ones. The other one is just for ARIA operations, so it's still 0015. In this specific scenario, they might disclose credentials of other users within ARIA operations. And then finally, there is one in 0015 as well, which only affects the VMware Tools, and that might actually allow a user to get from one VM to another VM, considering that they also have access to at least some user accounts of the other VM, now the other VM, and vCenter or ESX. So that seems to be the one which is lower classified. This affects multiple different VMware Tools versions, so 12.x and 13.x, so a pretty broad scenario, and Windows, Linux, and macOS is actually affected. When we talk about the ARIA operations pieces, it seems to affect any 8.x version, Cloud Foundation 4.x, 5.x, and 9.x, including the vCenter and ESX versions seem to be affected. So not the tools, not the products itself, but actually the VMware tools. This is something you should definitely look out for and make sure that you update your systems accordingly. Then there is the advisory 0016, which affects vCenter and NSX. This is a bit more dramatic because, again, a non-admin user on the vCenter can potentially utilize certain changes and use that to make changes to scheduled tasks, not the scheduled tasks, but of the emails of it. That is the smaller part of the issue. The bigger part in this specific scenario is that there are certain scenarios where the password recovery functionality in NSX in combination with users could, with specific brute force attacks, lead to access to the systems. There is a username scenario, so this is also scored 7.5, 8.1, or 8.5. So you should definitely update your NSX version. This affects NSX version 4.1, 4.0, 4.2, 3.x, Cloud Foundation 4, 5, and 9, and the telco platforms as well. So in all of these scenarios, you should better look into that. In a service provider scenario, I would say normally your users should not actually have access to NSX, so this should be not so deeply affected. The same for the vCenter scenario. You should normally not give your users access to it. However, if you do, you should definitely update it. To stay updated, subscribe to our security newsletter for all the latest and greatest, and I hope to not necessarily see you too soon on the next security board, but if so, feel free to contact me also if you have any other questions in these regards, and if you need any help with patching your systems, feel free to reach out to our support team at help@comdivision.com. See you soon.